eminent historians, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I had a short prepared script, but after hearing this interesting and thought-provoking speech, I abandoned it and thought I'll speak something on what I've heard. Liberalism. Is your Vice Chancellor open-minded or prejudiced?
Difficult question.
Let me assure you, I am open-minded to the requirements of my students. But I am prejudiced on several matters. Minority status being one. I think there's no doubt on the direction we are going to head, despite the opinion of various other people. I think we need it, it's the need of the hour. Do I regard many beliefs as dispensable? I do. The shouts of Topi in Kennedy Hall, that's a belief. It should be abandoned. That is only for Masharas. And what we are doing is, when visitors come, we are putting them off by this silly belief that a topi is to be worn in Kennedy Hall. Next is the hooting when the lights go off. I think we need to correct this.
Sure, sir.
But the belief which I want to get out of the mind of AMU students is that when they move out from here, they will face discrimination. That's a widely held belief, and I want to drive it out of their minds that if you get properly educated, if you stand taller than your opponents, there will be no discrimination. Do I favor individual liberties? I do. But when the time is right, you will, inshallah, get your liberties. I promise you that. Am I a patriot or nationalist? I would say I'm a patriot. But Europe has turned from nationalism to patriotism because they've accepted. I mean, Germany is made up with France, France is made up with Britain. If you move in Europe, you'll realize, you'll think you're in one country. There's no need for anything. Nobody asks you for a visa, you just move through. But India, unfortunately, we are moving from being patriots to being nationalists. Rise of, fundamentalists, and with one aim, and that's enmity towards Pakistan. So we've got to give it a thought. Election of the generals, and not general elections. You elected me as your Vice Chancellor, so I can say nothing on that. But let me tell you one thing. If General Karyappa had stayed on in India, would it necessarily have been bad? Why have the United States people voted for a whole line of generals to become their presidents? There must be some reason. Generals all are not bad. Ladies and gentlemen, rejoice in the illumination of lamps that have been lit. Sir Syed's mission was education, primarily of Muslims across India. So is there anything wrong in the functioning of our centers which are trying to light the lamp of illumination in very, very dark, impoverished pockets which have nowhere else to look at but AMU. The beauty of compromise. I have compromised many times. When I realized that I was wrong, it is perceived as a weakness, but I don't give a damn. Because we've got to progress, I'm not infallible. There are mistakes, indecisions, and mid-course, if we take corrections, where's the harm? I learned this in a bitter way. When we were attacking a post, and midway, the assault was halted because we were suffering too many casualties, and I realized it's foolish to persist in a direction which will end up in failure. So if I perceive midway that a direction will lead to failure, I abandon it, and I don't care what anybody says, because we want the best for AMU. Ladies and gentlemen, I have heard many speakers before, but today's talk was awesome, it was inspiring, and that is why I abandoned my normal script. So will you all join me in giving Dr. Ramachandra Guha a standing ovation?
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words of wisdom and encouragement. I am sure